Welcome back, everyone. It's Evan57 here. Today I'm back on Black Desert Online. This is on the Xbox One, and this video will be showing you how to hide / turn off or toggle off the world chat, the text chat that, as you can see currently, is taking up the bottom, well, almost half, at least third of the left-hand side of my screen. Now, this is probably the question that I have been asked the most on my Black Desert videos, is how to get rid of this darn chat box, which they have made better since the original beta, and it doesn't take up as much of the screen, but because it is the server, and basically every server in that name, plus the GM notices, and it's just full of trash, honestly. You give people a world chat, and they act like trolls. There's some good information there, but I don't want that shit constantly on my screen as I'm trying to do whatever I want to do. So if you're like me, and you want to get rid of that, unfortunately, we can't minimize it. What I had asked the devs for and hoped is that they would give us maybe 3 or 4 lines of text, and that's it. Just minimize it. Unfortunately, you can't do that. The only option is to hide it completely or not. And how you do that, how you hide it completely, at least on Xbox, is to hold the left trigger, as you can see down at the bottom of my screen in the middle. It gives you all your D-pad menu options, and then press left on the D-pad. At that point, you can release the left trigger, and you will see the radial menu comes up with default 4 options on it: your voice chat, your guild, your friend, and then this option to the right that says toggle chat. Now you use the right joystick to navigate this radial menu, and what you want to do is hover over the toggle chat option and then release the joystick. Now look at how nice and clean and clear my screen is. I don't have all that useless text there. So if you want to check chat, or you're worried about getting GM messages or critical information updates, as long as they're not critical information updates from, say, another player, but they're actually from the game itself, or a GM, a system notification, those system notifications will appear in the center of your screen, up at the very top, 1 line of text at a time as the message is sent. Now they only stay there for a couple seconds. So if you want to double check chat, you have 2 options. You can either, once again, press left trigger and left on the D-pad, and then toggle chat back on, which is, again, in my opinion, a waste. So we'll just keep that toggled off. Remember, you do have to toggle that off every time you log into the game, because it resets to default, which is showing the chat when you log out. It's very annoying that way. But there is another option to see chat if you want to catch up, and that is to actually activate the chat mode, which is the picture-in-picture or back button as it used to be on Xbox, and that takes you into this chat screen. Now in this chat screen, you can go through and toggle between the world tabs, your individual chat, group chat, the system notifications, which are like the people posting stuff on the market. I wish I could disable that pop-up, but sadly you can't. You could also go through this if you were in combat and get your information as far as what you picked up and that type of stuff there. But you can go ahead and go back through. Say there was a system notification, or somebody sent you a message in your world or the server or something like that. You could go back in this menu and go ahead and see what it was that you missed. Or if there was a GM notification, you could go back and read what the GM notification was in case you were looking for a specific world or something like that. In my opinion, I'd rather just turn chat off completely, which the whole thing is hidden. And then if there's a message, I'll go and actually pull up the chat screen when I want to, instead of dealing with all the trolls. So hopefully that helps out a little bit with the control scheme. Unfortunately, on console, there is no way to adjust the brightness settings. So nothing for brightness, gamma, bloom, anything like that. It's basically just 4K options or not. But maybe they'll add that in a future update, along with an option to minimize to just a couple lines of text that chat, so you could pick out messages that you wanted to see as opposed to just the general junk from the world and server chats. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you guys out. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure you go ahead and smash that like button and share the video with your friends. That greatly helps out the searchability of videos here on YouTube. And until next time, stay frosty.